We're right back here at Africa USA Radio, and I am here with the king, Mr. Griff. How are you?
Man, Neo,
Yes.
how are you, my Tabella?
Bello the guy.
How about that?
Perfect.
I feel like you petty. I feel like Limpopo is in my mind, I'm Zulu, right? But my second favorite province is Limpopo.
Oh, wow.
Mashabella Papao. You know Papao.
Yes.
Mashabella's took us to the rural. As soon as we landed, we went straight to Limpopo. O.R. Tombo, she got her hair braided, straight to Limpopo Easter weekend. Yeah. We get there, he takes us to Polokwane, and then he goes 2 hours west to Sanine. Rural. Man. And it was cracking. We went to a traditional, it was 3:41 in the morning. It was Limpopo is my second. Limpopo people go hard. Oh, y'all, Patty, the vendor, the Shangan, they don't, man. Don't tell them they can have a party.
Yes. Did they party that hard?
I needed 2 days. Wow. I needed 2 days to really remember I'm American. I ain't trying to be out here with these Limpopo people. This is what they do. I'm playing. I'm trying to learn. But it's been an amazing trip. We got our winner from Consequences, a talent show we did in America to bring a comedian to South Africa for the first time. And our winner, Miss B, you guys will meet her. She did wonderful in the last. She got all her expenses paid for, and all she had to do was believe in herself and submit a 5-minute video in 1,000 rand. And she won. She came to South Africa. She destroyed it. They picked her over all the dudes. Yeah. And I'm happy. Me and my manager, Roz Thompson, of Simply Roz Music. This is something we've been talking about. I've been talking about the people from here years, because American comedians and creatives, not just comedians, they need to come over here and see that, man, y'all got jazz people and I'm a piano is cracking, and you know what I'm saying? Like, man, let me get on the mic. Like, so it's very important for me to create the bridge that we are. And here's what no white person will never teach us. They never gonna say, you should go to Africa and you gonna be okay. Because we home. We welcome everywhere. People say, oh, my American brother, welcome home. Like, everybody keeps saying welcome home. And for me, it's welcome back home. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just the Ubuntu. It's we Africans. They call us African Americans, but the white people call us that. We never had no Africans tell us what we are. If you ask somebody in America, where you from? They're going to say New York, L.A., Detroit. If you ask somebody out here, where you from? They're going to be like, I'm Mpumalanga. And then my daddy is Petty and my mom is Zulu, so I speak about 7 languages, you know? So I want to kill the stereotype that say it ain't beautiful presenters that's out here that don't have a team of people that's making deals and making folk, you know, shout out to you and your team for being persistent and saying, look, we not trying to bother y'all. We just would really appreciate, you know, he American, he done came over here, he performing, and we journalists. So let us chop it up with him. So we absolutely love that we was able to set this up. And I'm so grateful and thankful to be in this country, and people will want to interview me. How about that?
Most definitely. Who doesn't want to interview you?
Don't do that. I don't know.
Most definitely. So I just want to talk about your career in particular.
Yes.
So what inspired you to actually pursue a career in comedy, especially in the whole comedy where like you bring the faith, the philanthropy, and also the humor?
Well, for me, I wanted to be a comedian since I was 3, nah? And my mother worked at the senior citizens of the old folks' home. Yeah. And she would put the old people, all the Googles and the Malumas, she would put them in a half a circle. And she would say, go do your little comedy. Yeah. And I would be in there and I'd be like, hey, you know, wake up, mister. I'll see you over there. Make sure you know what I'm saying? So it's really been, I never met a comedian until I became one. You know what I'm saying? So I had no examples, and I had no uncle or somebody to say, oh, when you first start, you got to do. So in this comedy game, it's very lonely and isolated. So you spend a lot of time with God. checking yourself. You know what I'm saying? God, am I on the right path? You got me. You still. If you want me to do this, you got to get me shows. I don't know how to get shows. It's the gift that you said I could have. You know? Yeah.
So another thing that I want to ask you is about you are a father of 5, right? Or should I say 7? So how do you jungle between this kind of busy
my kids is grown. My kids is hella grown. My baby be 17 in May, but my oldest is 33. I got 33. I got 2 31s this year. I got a 25 in June. So I've been doing comedy their whole life. They know their daddy is a comedian. They know that being a creative is important to our family, and to be able to stand on what you believe and pursue it and then learn more about it and then go to different countries and continents and go see. I went to Germany when I was 18 in the military, and it changed my life. I got everything that white people had told us about Germany, they was wrong. It was absolutely wrong. So then I started learning more. So then I would go to Czechoslovakia on a weekend, and then I would go to Copenhagen, and then I would shoot to Amsterdam, and then catch a train from Amsterdam and go to Paris and all. You know, so we have to expose ourselves internationally because we're not learning it in America.
Thank you so much. One last question.
I'm listening.
Thank you so much for listening. One last question. I just want to know, I know this is a very busy industry, and you just have this voice that it's so how can I explain it? It's very unmistakable. And then how do you maintain that? And even your energy, how do you maintain that?
You know, first of all, I thank God. I've had this voice my whole life, and people used to talk about me and laugh at me.